Hey guys, what is up? Back here with another creepypasta. This one's a Spongebob one. Tomorrow, or on the weekend, I should say. Because I won't do a video tomorrow. Still sick. Back home. Today we're reading Spongebob You're Fired, Season 1. This is a creepypasta. I know the Season 9 one. I think I've seen the Season 1 version, which is actually a little depressing, but I don't think I have. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it, boys. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment if you guys have any video suggestions, and let's get started. I bet some of you know about the SpongeBob SquarePants episode, Spongebob You're Fired, from Season 9. The plot is exactly what it says on the tin. SpongeBob gets fired and has to go job hunting. The episode was bashed due to the stupid reasoning of SpongeBob's firing and its portrayal of fun employment. However, what if I told you it was originally from Season 1? But before you ask me how I know this, let's go through the story. Me and my friends would often go shopping sites as a hobby and find weird stuff. We started on eBay and then expanded our site list to Amazon and Etsy. As for some weird stuff we found, some of it was downright funny, with stuff like tissue boxes with pictures of bacon on them, and some of them were even creepier, like a book called How to Kill a Kid. Damn. However, one day we found a site on Craigslist, and to this day I wish I never even touched Craigslist. Craigslist is a site where you actually have to go get it from the person you ordered it from. It also assigns a site to you depending on where you live. So I was on the Bait and Rogue site. We had a field day with Craigslist. We bought some weird stuff from some people that may be normal or weird. However, one day I was searching alone. I discovered this listing: SpongeBob SquarePants, $0.00, Bait and Rogue. The picture was just a VHS tape with SpongeBob SquarePants scribbled on in a blue marker. I thought it could have been a premiere of the episode, so I bought it. I then called the man selling it. He said his name was Dominic, and discovered the VHS tape in a garage sale in Orlando. We made a deal. I would come over to his house and get the tape at 3 p.m. I waited until then and drove over there. It wasn't a long drive, but eventually I ended up at Dominic's house, and he let me in. Dominic told me he was a collector of many valuable items, along with his wife. He led me down to the basement, where I saw a treasure trove of many things: rare video games, old comics, and even items from Christian West and Chandler himself. He led me to a shelf with bunches of VHS tapes on them, and he picked out one of them. Sure enough, it said SpongeBob SquarePants. I took it and thanked him, and I was about to leave. However, he warned me. Theo, please don't play this tape. I don't want you destroying it either. It's really valuable, but I just want it to be gone. I headed back. I heeded that warning and left. Once I got home, I left it on my bedroom dresser and promised never to play it or destroy it. But each day, it seemed as if the urge to play it grew 10 times larger. I had to fight that urge. However, one day, the urge took control of me. I had to play the tape. I went into my attic, got it out of a dusty old VHS player, and took it up to my flat screen TV. And to my surprise, it worked. And then I put the tape in it. It started to glitchy static, and then it went to 4 seconds of a black screen. Suddenly, it started to work. The VHS was of bad quality. It clearly suffered a generation loss. However, it wasn't too bad, since I could still make out what was going on. I noticed one thing during the intro. I heard an adult voice whispering, "I stole the episode," over and over again. Eventually, it went to a title card. "SpongeBob, you're fired." I was confused. Since SpongeBob You're Fired came out in 2013, this was a season 1 episode, judging by the old intro and logos. Anyways, back on the topic. The start of the episode was SpongeBob cooking some Krabby Patties and handing them out to customers. Mr. Krabs walks into the kitchen and breaks the news to SpongeBob. The Krusty Krab is in a bad financial state, and as a result, it has to fire its employees to save money, and then ends up telling SpongeBob he's fired. SpongeBob, like in the new version of the episode, is sad, but not as sad as this new version. He walks out of the Krusty Krab and goes home. Patrick decides to visit him, and he comforts him by telling him he could always get a new job. However, after that, it cuts to a glittery static. I thought it was just because of the generation loss, but then I saw it. The animation was now a resemblance of a Newgrounds Flash from the early 2000s. SpongeBob had a mad look on his face, and he was walking down to the road to the Krusty Krab. He pushed open the doors and confronted Mr. Krabs, who was counting money in his office. Mr. Krabs seemed surprised to see SpongeBob and had returned and asked why he came back. SpongeBob replied, "Nothing. I just need to take care of something." SpongeBob opened the door to the kitchen, in which Squidward was making Krabby Patties. He slammed the door on Squidward's face and onto the grill, to horror of everyone, and pressed it down further, making it melt along with the patties. He pulled Squidward's corpse up and carried it, and threw it in the dumpster behind the Krusty Krab. He went back to Mr. Krabs and threatened him with the same fate if he didn't rehire him. Mr. Krabs agreed, and SpongeBob was rehired. SpongeBob told Mr. Krabs he wanted him to make the first batch of Krabby Patties. They walked into the kitchen, followed by more glitchy static, and what I saw after that made me scream. A man mutilated to look exactly like Mr. Krabs, his eyes horribly stretched. Actually, let me tell you something funny. To make a Krabby Patty, you do need crab meat. Yeah. So, and poking out of holes in his stomach, speaking of which, his head had been decapitated, and his torso painted red. His legs were now pointy and stubby, and he had 2 hands for each arm to make claws. A smile was also cut into his torso. This was no Mr. Krabs. This must have been a man killed and mutilated just to look like Mr. Krabs. From there, a man proceeded to create Krabby Patties out of Mr. Krabs, slicing and dicing him until it was even less recognizable, and then shapes remained into patties and put them into burgers. It cut into the polar 2D animation where SpongeBob was giving everyone Krabby Patties out of Mr. Krabs himself. Everyone happily ate them, and they seemed to enjoy them. SpongeBob laughed, and then it cut to Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob laughing in the normal Season 1 animation. After that, the tape ended, and I turned off the player. Changed to the source to my cable box and ejected the tape and threw it in the attic, where it remains to this day. Needless to say, I won't look at the SpongeBob ever the same again. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this creepypasta. I get a bunch of more things. So there's a Super Mario creepypasta, and iCarly one I want to do. iCarly one this weekend, and then Super Mario one probably next week. So peace out guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I appreciate it if you guys can go ahead and watch all my other videos. because, I do a good amount of work here, and I really do like the channel. So if y'all could please subscribe. Make sure to also go check out Spongebob Archive. I just figured out his channel yesterday. He had a link to some cool videos, so I want you guys to check out him. Make sure to check out and I'll give him some support, guys. Peace out. See you guys next time. I want to show you something. So that's the original one, which he had as the thing, and that's the season 1 one. This actually looks creepy as hell. It's like